Shalom, family. It's your friendly neighborhood teacher, Elijah. I am a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. We just having a talk today, family. It's not necessarily about this movie, Inception, but I'm going to speak about this movie, and I'm also going to speak about the TV show Rick and Morty, Season 6, Episode 2. And what I'm going to speak about is nothing that I haven't necessarily spoke about before, but it's just on my mind and my spirit to speak about it again today. And the reason I bring up this movie and that episode of Rick and Morty is because these are very great examples when it comes to the reality of this world, this plane, whatever you want to call it, that we live in, this dimension. Give me a time, family. I want to really talk to y'all. But I want to choose my words wisely, and I really want to try to get my point across. So I'm gonna try my best to speak slowly and concisely. Last night, family, yet again I proved the spirit in me right. You ever have those days, family, where, especially those on this narrow path, like I have days where I definitely feel the joy of the Most High. I feel so motivated. I feel great because I did something that I never expected I could do, or I've gotten a download from the spirit realm, giving me confirmation of thoughts I've had or things that I believe in. Just breaking things down in my mind and spirit. Okay, this is that, this is that, this is how that works. And then I have days where I'm reminded how many people I've left behind when it comes to this narrow path. And how there are truly so few of us. I have days sometimes where I just feel like there's nobody I could talk to. At least nobody that I know personally right now. Yeah, there might be those of you, especially listening on here. There are people in the world who understand what I'm going through. But I would say for the majority of us, we have no connection to each other. We don't know where each other are. We don't live in the same town, state, let alone country. And that's for a reason as well, because, the Most High got to keep the wisdom spread out. Because there's so many people that don't know. There's so many people who need our wisdom. So how are they going to get it if we all cooped up in the same place? And after a while, we would outgrow each other, because that's just the nature of this beast called the matrix of life. But as I continue to digress, I was sitting with an acquaintance of mine, and I'm not gonna lie, my spirit was disturbed, not by the acquaintance, but by something that happened earlier. And I was just, I got beside myself. I got out of myself. No, I wasn't. Nothing crazy. Not outside cussing. Nothing. I'm past that. I'm getting. I'm older. I'm wiser. Or no, let's say I'm younger but wiser. I don't want to say older. I'm older in wisdom though. So it was, what I'm talking about ain't no tantrum or anything like that. I was just, actually, as I said in one of my last videos, there's spirits everywhere, family. And everywhere you go, everywhere every time you touch something, every time you eat something, every time you see something, every time you listen to something, you're allowing another spirit into your life, into your body. Now, whether it stays or not depends on your relationship with Yahushua, or whether it gets in there or not depends on your relationship with Yahushua. But nonetheless, they like germs. They everywhere. Spirits are everywhere. You can't get away from them. They gonna come. They gonna come regardless. Even now, you listening to this video, we sharing spirits. We swapping spirits. Or maybe you're receiving because you're watching me, but since we're not having a two-way conversation, it probably don't work that way. But since you're watching me, you are receiving the spirit from my words. It's just, like I said, it's the nature of this system. And sometimes, family, back to about me. So I'm sitting here and I'm going through whatever I'm going through. Nothing major, but my spirit was majorly annoyed, agitated at that moment. And I needed some fresh air. And I wanted to vent. I wanted to speak to someone. I wanted to share my feelings and my thoughts. And I was speaking to an acquaintance of mine. And matter of fact, I spoke with two different ones. And it came to naught, family. And these two acquaintances, man, sometimes you think that because someone is older, they have a lot of wisdom. But the more you become a seeker of knowledge and wisdom, you realize that's really not the truth. Just because someone older than you don't mean they're wiser than you. It's a shame sometimes. Sometimes it just don't make no sense how people can go through life and it's like they have learned nothing. Refuse to change. Refuse to, to evolve. Refuse to do anything to even help with their evolution. They just give up. And once again, this is my fault because I knew better. I know better. I knew these people couldn't help. Matter of fact, majority of the time they can't even stop talking and listening to themselves for 5 seconds to even let you get 2 cents in. And it's so frustrating. Because it's like they say, a therapist will sit and listen to people all day and help them their issue, but who listens to the therapist? I sit there and I sat there and I've done this so many times by now because sometimes, look, most of the time, fam, I'm gonna be honest. I'm used to being alone. I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy it because I do what I want. I gotta answer nobody. Ain't got nobody breathing down my neck. I'm cool. Most of the time I'm cool. And I'm thankful because I've learned a lot. I have time to speak to the Most High. But every now and then I have those moments where, you just want to be around somebody. Sometimes sometimes it's not even about talking. I don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to sit in the presence of somebody else. Which isn't what I'm talking about now, because those times are fine. Sometimes I just want to be around somebody else. I just want to hear somebody else talk other than hear my own voice. It's like just wanting to know somebody else is alive. But then I have those days where I need to be ministered to. I need someone to feed me. I need someone to listen to my problems, my thoughts, my desires. And the majority of the time, family, I'm going to be honest, it's very rare that I meet an individual who could truly have a respectful, honest, patient conversation with me Like I treat everyone. Man, family, when I tell you, well, okay, with the exception of, let's say, my mother. Because me and my mother talk, so look, I don't do it all the time, and I work on it with her, and I'm really not that bad. What I'm talking about, I'm not that bad when it comes to talking to my mother. My mother, I would say, is really the only person that I interrupt. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. It's just me and my mother talk so much. I talk to my mother the most. So me and my mother, like I said, she right there with me when I'm telling her stuff. So she know I don't mean no disrespect. And most of the time I listen to her anyway. This isn't something that I'm sitting here preaching to you, but then I do it to my mother. Nah. Most of the time I listen, she listen to me. But we have times where we be, look, mama, and she be like, son, be quiet. We have our time where we just be talking because we just have so many thoughts. But most of the time, like I said, I treat her with the same respect that I literally treat everyone else. In this respect, what I mean is, as an adult, especially as a man, especially when two men are talking, but just in general, family, everyone I speak to, I have this thing that I've learned through the Most High. Listen. It's a lot of times it's better just to listen. To listen to others speak. Because the Most High will minister to you through them. The Most High will give you confirmations on prayers that you sent out. Or things you've been studying. Will give you confirmation through someone else's mouth. And then people won't even know what you are doing, what you prayed about, or what wisdom you're seeking. But the Most High will use them through their experience and their thoughts of that day. If you just take the time to shut up and listen, the Most High will use them to minister unto you and to give you something that you didn't have before, something you're looking for. And this goes for another righteous person, another wise person, down to a drug addict, to a murderer, to even a child, a homeless person. The Most High speaks to everyone and everything if you're willing to listen. But sometimes, like I said, there's a balance. Sometimes you don't want to just listen. You want to share what you know too. Because maybe while they're speaking to you, you might have something to share with them. You might have something that will feed their soul. Whether they think it or not, or know it or not. Sometimes you want to say something. Sometimes you want to give your testimony. But some people, like I said again, family, they just so busy just always talking. The most time, they not talking about nothing. Nothing of any substance. They repeating the same stories over and over again. Always me, woe is me. Can't never hear nobody else out and what they got going on. And one thing that just perturbs me is many people, as I respectfully listen to, contently looking them in the eyes, word for word. If they ask me, I can roll back and tell them everything they said, break it down, turn it around, wash it up, remix it, give it right back to them, because that's how much I'm listening contently. But they can't give me 5 seconds to get out what I need to say. Not just as soon as I done sat in, it's just, it's crazy, especially, that's why I said, especially when it's older people who's supposed to be wise, supposed to know respect by this point, supposed to know how to care. You sit there and you listen to them intently. Literally, times I've done this for an hour, 2 hours, and don't say nothing. Just smile, shake my head. Literally listening too, though, not blocking them out, listening. Now, if I block you out, it's rare when I block someone out, but when I block you out, it's probably because you talk too much. And I probably talk to you umpteen times and you're saying the same thing over and over again and you don't never listen to me and I'm about tired of you and I really just want another person's company. I'm using you right now for company because I just want someone to sit around right now. Maybe even sit around and have a little drink. Maybe a little whiskey or some wine. That's not me telling nobody to drink. I don't get drunk. But every now and then, but I'm trying, I'm working on not doing that at all anymore anyway right now. I would like to get to the point to where I don't drink or smoke. I've been fasting for a minute now from drinking and smoking, family. But I'm not gonna lie. Last night I had me, I had me a little drink. I didn't get drunk. It's really just I got a free beer at the store. They was passing out free samples of beer, so I got a free beer. And then my an acquaintance of mine, had another beer they just offered. So I had me like a beer and a half. Nothing major, nothing crazy. And like I said, I ain't drank in a minute. I've been fasting, but yesterday my nerves. I was just in my head, and I just really needed to. I wanted to be around someone and vent. And man, like I said, family, I sat here and listened to this person talk just on and on and on. And as soon as I wanted to talk, boy, they got up and said, actually, you know what? Let me share something with you that I had, this and that. In my mind, I'm like, ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that? I'm like, dang, I done sat here and listened to your problems, listen content, listen to what you want to say, and I can't even finish my thought before you interrupt me with another one of your thoughts. When I just sat here and listened for more than an hour. And I just sat there, family, y'all probably, I hate, when you be trying to have a conversation with someone and it feels like it's a good conversation, and then you start to talk and they interrupt you, you just had that feeling, it's like, you know what? F what I was about to say. I ain't want to say it no more. Because obviously you don't care what I got to say. I just sat here and listened to you, but as soon as I try to talk, you interrupt me. And so you must obviously not care what I got to say. So really, I don't give a damn what you're trying to say. Because we want to be honest and being nice. I've been sitting here being nice, listening to you. Maybe the Most High give me something for you, or maybe the Most High give me something. But you don't care what I got to say. Oh man, bro. It's so frustrating. And man, I know I'm about almost 20 minutes in, fam. You know how I be sometimes. Look, we just talking. Maybe you cleaning the house. Maybe you doing something. Maybe my voice is good for something to listen to. But it reminded me of this thought that was on my spirit the other day. A reminder, family. And look, before I say this, look, I know a lot of my brothers and sisters, especially my sisters. Look, I know I've heard it many times, especially from Christians. Oh, I hear, look, people look, sometimes people, in my opinion, sometimes people just delusional. Or they just so used to living a certain way, they can't see it no different ways. Like, but look, family, look, what I'm trying to get, look, I'm so close with the Most High in this right now that I'm never alone. And I'm here to tell you right now, family, that's the truth, but at the same time, that is not the truth. If you only truly knew or could truly understand, comprehend, or accept, or even be ready to really hear this, because this might cause some people some real pain, some trauma, mentally, spiritually. A lot of people couldn't handle this. In reality, family, yes, in this world right now, in this matrix and how it looks, yes, you're not alone. There's spirits around you. Most definitely. Guardian angels around you. The spirit of the Most High is in you, most definitely. You're not alone. But in reality, you 100% most definitely are alone. I don't care how you feel. I don't care about this or that, or you need to pray. And look, at the end of the day, when all the praying's done, when you're ready to accept the true family, you're alone. You are. You come in this world alone and you leave it alone. And not just on a physical point, not just on the physical side, on the spiritual side, truly. And if you can sit here and last with me through this video, this ain't me this is on my spirit to speak about. Even spiritually, you are alone. which is why I brought up Inception, and most importantly at this part, Rick and Morty, at this point of the conversation where I'm talking about this episode. Season 6, episode 2. You are unequivocally alone. I'm alone. Right now I'm talking to all y'all. Guess who I'm talking to? I'm talking to my goddamn self. And I don't mean in the physical. Yeah, I'm talking to a microphone. But even if you was sitting in front of me right now, I'm still talking to myself. You are you. You are me, and I am you. Hear what I said? I am you. I am. I am that I am. What is another meaning of I am that I am? Just that. I am that I am. Ain't nothing else to it. I just am. I am. Are you alive? I mean, I'm neither alive nor dead. I just am. I exist. That's all you need to know. That's all you can understand. That's all you can comprehend. I am. I just am, family. I just am me. Hello, me. Hello, me out there. Hello, me. I'm getting a little boisterous or a little uppity right now, ain't I? As I say, I'm an uppity. I'm acting like an uppity Negro, right? Oh, family. But I digress again. The truth is, family, you're alone. The truth is, family, we all looking for heaven. And then you're going to get to heaven and realize heaven is just another way station, family. You're going to realize that heaven is really just another purgatory. Because I'm going to tell you, I said this before, I'm going to say it again, family. There is, when you look, there is no place or no thing that you are going to want to literally do forever. We don't even do that now. Family, you know how many people get divorced today in this modern world? Because what? What do they say? I get bored. I was bored. Or they be like, I just saw my life flash before my eyes. We do the same thing every day. We go to work. We eat dinner. We do the same sexual positions. We have the same conversations. Okay, that's marriage, weirdo. The hell? You make sacrifices for family. You make sacrifices to build the next generation. Get out your feelings. Get out your flesh. Patience is a virtue. Does the word not say that? Patience builds character. The Most High don't always come when you want, but the Most High always come on time. It's just for you to be patient. Because best believe, like they say in the army, when I was in the military, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. You rush everywhere, and then you get there, and then you just sit there waiting even longer than it took you to get there, waiting for hours at times, all day sometimes. That's the kingdom, family. Look, we rushing to get to the kingdom, but guess what? Once we get there, you know what's going to happen? A whole lot of nothing. Look, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's peace. What do y'all think peace is? Peace is a lack of destruction. Peace is lack of issues, and what's a better word I'm looking for? Peace is a lack of drama, family. What do you think the kingdom of heaven is? You think you're just gonna go there and have the same no, it's peace. It's understanding. It's rest. It's not no reality TV show in the kingdom. Heaven is rest before you move on to the next test, the next realm, or the next heaven, wherever, family. And guess what? You keep going and going and going and going and going until what? This is the important part, family. Heaven is not the end. Once again, there is no place, I repeat, that you want to sit for eternity doing the same dang thing every day. I don't care, like some people say, oh, I'm going to see my family members there. Bro, you don't hang out with your family members now. Stop lying. You don't talk to your family members that much now for the majority of people. And the ones who do, a lot of times, they be like, man, I'm so tired of being around y'all. Get away from me. I need some new friends. I'm tired of being around y'all all the time. Because everything is not meant to last forever. Family, I don't care if your family and loved ones is in heaven. Eventually, it will become just like it was on earth. And especially in heaven when you know you got all the time in the world. And ain't nobody rushing you. You ain't got to work for nothing. You ain't got to make everything prepared for you there. So you definitely going to get more bored there. You definitely going to be sitting there looking at your grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles and cousins, brothers and sisters. And you going to be bored. Because you're going to be like, so what we going to talk about today? Negro, we going to talk about the same thing we talked about yesterday. Unc then said the same joke for the umpteenth time. Your mama keep repeating herself. Your daddy always... Family, is you hearing me? You be trying to get away from your family and sometimes even friends now and other people. And you really think you're going to want to sit around these people in heaven for eternity, just having the same conversation, doing the same thing every day, eating grapes, drinking wine, all day, every day for eternity? No, it will become hell because eventually you're going to go looking for Yahushua and looking for the Creator, looking for the Most High Creator. And you'll be like, is this it? We just going to wear white robes and sip wine and eat grapes all day and just have conversation? This it? This all we doing? I'm going to go sleep in that same mansion again. Walk on the same golden road. Look at the same beautiful crystal buildings. Over and over and over again for eternity. The same old little kids running around, laughing. You're going to be like, shut up. What's so? Ain't nothing that funny. Ain't nothing that fun. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all play tag every goddamn day. All you do is play tag. Don't y'all get bored? Don't you want to play some video games? Don't you want to go dance? You're always sitting around laughing, giggling, eating grapes, eating turkey, drinking wine. You know what? Even these talking lions and bears, y'all saying the same thing every day. What else is there to talk? Matter of fact, it gets to the point where, like I said, everybody gonna have so much wisdom in heaven. Family, it gets to the point. Look, Negroes just ain't gonna say nothing because what is there to be said that we don't already know? So we just sitting here chilling, looking at each other, watching the paint dry. And family, this ain't me talking against the kingdom. Look, I want to go to the kingdom because that's the next step. But I understand that that's not the end. That's not the last step. And this is where we get to the part where you understand, I've said this before for those who watch my videos, where you are truly alone. Because family, what heaven is preparing you for, what these different tests and everything is preparing you for. And I'll repeat what I've said before. Hold on. Let me take it back. Let me bring it up again. Give me a second. Let me bring this up, family. Let me bring this up. Just give me a second. Let me pull it up. Because I want to quote it word for word. Give me 1 second, family. 1 second. Bear with me. I'm about there. Just give me a second. Choo-choo. Hold on. Dang, this text is, I sent this a long time ago. Okay, I'm there. Okay. And I said this, right? This is from the Gospel of Thomas, chapter 18. The disciples said to Jesus, tell us, how will our end come? Oh, well, let me put it like this. No. The disciples said to Yahushua, or Yeshua, tell us, how will our end come? Yahushua said, have you found the beginning then, that you are looking for the end? You see, the end will be where the beginning is. Congratulations to the one who stands at the beginning. That one will know the end and will not taste death. Family. What did he just say? Were y'all listening? The one who knows the beginning knows the end. And you know what the beginning was, family? In the beginning, the Most High, the Spirit of the Most High was hovering over the void, the darkness. And then the Creator said, what? The Big Bang. Let there be light. Light also not just being light, but wisdom as well. Understand, family. Everything that you go through in all these different realms and heavens, or whatever you want to call them, planes, if you are raising in vibration, and the more you raise in vibration, the more you become what? The more you become quiet. Because the more you understand how most stuff really just don't matter. Most stuff is unnecessary. How powerful your words are because you have literal magic in you. And as the word says, what does the word say? Your words have power, and you speak less because you don't want to speak certain things into existence. The higher you go, family, in vibration, the higher you go in wisdom, the quieter you get, the more still you get. Matter of fact, I remember this one cartoon. I mentioned this, man, so many different episodes ago. But what's this called? It's called Adventure Time. Yeah, some of y'all might be familiar with this. It's called Adventure Time. It used to come on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. Well, Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. I'm hearing that ringing in my ear. Let me know I'm talking about. I'm on point. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for confirmation. But in Adventure Time, they did a movie. And so usually they do like little 20, 30-minute episodes. But they ended up making a movie. And in this movie, it starts off with, I forget the main character's name, but there's two main characters. It's this boy and a dog. But this time, the boy ended up started off in hell because they died. And when he got to hell, and when he woke up in hell, he looked around looking for his friend dog because they both died at the same time, I think. And when he looked around, he wasn't there. And what he found out is that the dog had moved up to different levels because he was told that there are different levels, different realms. So he went on this journey to go up all the different levels to go find his best friend. And when he finally found his best friend, who was at the very top, when he got there and he was in his friend's presence, his friend and the people around him, they were like, the best way to describe it is, you ever seen like these Indian yogis and they sitting in the Indian position meditating? This is how they all looked, and they were all shrouded in white. Remember, they put the truth in these TV shows, family. You just got to do the studying yourself to find the truth. So basically, anyway, my bad, I just got distracted a little bit. But these people were sitting in robes, family. And they was just sitting there quiet inside. They was just glowing. That's it. And when the dude found his friend, finally the dog, who was sitting there meditating, he kept talking to him, yelling in his face. He was hitting him, moving, and the dog didn't budge. Because that's how deep in meditation or in thought that his friend was, that no matter what you did, he would not budge. And when he finally did budge, it was almost like the dude was doing crazy stuff. And it's like he just was barely opening his eyes. And he's like, oh, hey. Like he was just so calm and at peace. And that's a great example, family, of how it is the higher you get up on this narrow path. The more understanding you have, the less you care about the physical. The less you care about fleshly things. But also the less you can talk to people. The less people are willing to hear you out and listen to you. The less you intimidate people, even though you're not trying. The more, you start, did I say the less you intimidate? No. The more you start, the less you speak, and the more you go higher up, the more you start pissing people off. The more you start intimidating people. You know, the less you can sit and have a conversation with people because they not talking about nothing. And they get intimidated by the things you know, and they get mad. They get offended. And you could be sitting there just as respectful as all get out. You're not trying to act like a know-it-all, nothing. You just having a conversation. And matter of fact, like I said, you done sat here and listened to them talk on and on and on for hours and said nothing, been respectful. But as soon as you open your mouth, it's a problem. Not only are they interrupting you to put their 2 cents in when you didn't do that, but now they got a problem with you. Like you think you better than them. And you're not thinking that same. You really enjoying the conversation. You enjoying their company. But now the whole situation ruined because they intimidated by the things you say. And you're not even trying to be that way. You just sharing what you know. Because if you like me, if you're on this path, you just love sharing your wisdom with people. You love sharing the truth. But the truth is, family, and I've digressed a lot. Eventually, heaven and all these different realms are preparing you to go back to what? To where you started. Do you know the beginning that you now look for the end? The beginning is darkness, family. The beginning is peace and silence. The beginning is nothing. The beginning is no worries. And truly, the beginning is just you. I'm talking to me right now. Hello, you out there listening to me on the other side of this YouTube or Rumble or wherever you're listening to me. Hello, you. Hello, me. I am. When you go home, when you finally get tired, or maybe not tired, but you finally decide I'm ready to move on to the true end, to the truth, you are going to realize you are alone. You are the Most High. There is nothing outside of you. And everything within you is just a thought. Just your imagination. Just something for you to do other than be alone in the darkness constantly. When you go home, family, when you finally go back to being you, you will be alone. It will just be you, yourself, and I. The consciousness, you are the consciousness of the Spirit. You are the Most High Creator itself. Like I said, go back to Rick and Morty. If you ain't watched it, watch it. Look, this is a cartoon, family, but look, it's an adult cartoon. And they be putting a lot of truths in the show, but it be going over people's heads because they just watching it to be entertained. Season 6, episode 2. The boy was trapped in a video game, and the grandpa had to go in and save him because the boy thought the video game was reality because the boy's consciousness in the episode was scattered throughout the whole earth. And his consciousness became billions of different people who all didn't realize that they were the same boy. They were the same person the entire time. They all thought that they were individual people, but in reality, they were all the same boy. And that's the reality, family. And then, matter of fact, when I told you, look, we leave here to heaven, that's the inception. That's what the inception is talking about. We go to heaven, and we think, we down here thinking heaven's it. That's no, family, it's not. There's another heaven and another heaven and another heaven and another heaven or another realm and another plane. It keeps going and going. Remember, family, we are in the consciousness, the imagination of the Most High Creator. There is no end to the wisdom of the Most High. It goes on forever, which means there is realm after realm after realm, species after species, experience after. It never ends because guess what, family? I'm going to say this before I've said it again. You know the most valuable substance in literal existence. You know what that is? Your memories. Because when you go back to your true self in the darkness, you know what you're going to be doing for eternity? Unless you decide to come back down into your consciousness and experience life like this again and go through more suffering and more happy days and more joyous days, and then more suffering, and then more happy days and more joyous days, and more suffering and more bad days, because it's part of the experience. Because really, look, you would get, look, you eventually you would hate, look, it's for both. If it was bad all the time, eventually you get tired and wore out. You like, I really want to rest. So then you can appreciate rest. And then eventually, if it was just resting all the time in peace, you'd be like, look, man, I want to go out. I want to go box. I want to go work out. I want to go watch a crazy movie with some action in it. I'm tired of all this cookie cutter, everybody kissing, everybody hugging. You're going to get tired of it. You're going to want something new. But when you go back to yourself, these memories that you have made in these different bodies and different experiences are going to be like your Netflix show up when you go back to the kingdom. You're going to be able to flip through different TV shows of different people's lives and different people's experience and see what they went through. Family, look, hey, this is the truth. I'm telling y'all the truth. You can accept it or not. It ain't gotta look. It's not my problem, but this is on my spirit to talk about today. But this is the unequivocal truth. When you finally go back to source, when you finally go back to the beginning, understand that the most valuable thing there will not be no gold or silver, because everything is spirit. You don't need to buy nothing. It's just you. You ain't got nobody. When you go back to, you ain't got nobody to impress, and nobody you even want to impress. You ain't worried about nobody but yourself, because there's only you. The only thing you gonna have to do, and let's be honest, even if you do this, but this is still an important substance, is the memories. Is the memories you have made in the matrix. That's it. That is why memory is so powerful. Family, that's why I explained to you guys. Remember I told you the difference between a soul and a spirit? Who I am now, Elijah, here on earth, that's my spirit. AKA my personality or my USB drive. My spirit is my memories. But my soul is the me, is my higher self, that after I leave here, I go back to my higher self and realize, and then that's when I remember that, oh, man, I've been down there about 100 times. I've lived as different people. I've lived as a man, as a woman. I've been a rich man. I've been a poor man. I've been a warrior. I've been a cop. I've been a cook before. I've been a hoe. I've been a man whore. I've probably been a criminal, a murderer. I've been all those things through this test. And when you go back to your higher self, like I said, family, you remember all these different people who you've been, all these different things that you've done. All those memories come mashing together. But this happens at every level, because even at that level, you have a higher self. Your higher self is who? The Most High. So think about, you may think living a few thousand lives might be confusing to have those memories come together. But think about the Most High. The Most High is everyone's, trillions, gazillions, infinite memories within it that it has to swap through, like that it has to look through like a Netflix catalog. So many different visions and dreams that as the Most High Creator, you get to flip through trying to find something to watch to entertain you. That's why the Most High Creator created this world, because the Most High got lonely, the Most High got bored. As I've read before out of the Cobra, hell is what? Hell is unmanifested desires. And if you go back to the source, the beginning, what you want until you're ready. But let's say you were to go back to the darkness today to just sit in true peace. You would go mad because you did not do everything that you wanted to do. It's unmanifested potential desires. You want to come back down here and experience things. Family, understand, heaven is a physical place where you're an individual. Look, but the true ending is not that. You're not an individual. You just are. There is no word, the individual. There's no concept of an individual because there's no one else to compare yourself to. You just are the creator. You just are. There is no other. You just are. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Family, I hope y'all listening to me. I hope y'all listening to me. This, see, the dream is real. Look, this dream is real, but it's still a dream. You see how it says in it? What's it say? It says the dream is real, but yet it's still a what? Dream. Yeah, it's real, but it's still a dream. Inception, or in other words, your perspective. What do you perceive? What is your inception? Well, my inception is telling me that it's all a game. And it's fun until it's not. And I guess I wanted to talk to family because, like I said, I'm not going to lie, family. Sometimes, like I said, I have days where I'm joyful. I thank the Most High for the wisdom. But then I remember that I'm alone. And I have them days, family, at times. I do. I'll be lonely. I'll be like, man, I wish I had somebody that I could speak to, that was by me right now, that not just on the phone or online or not just a neighbor or acquaintance who really don't know what you're talking about. They just placating you. Every blue moon, every rare blue moon, they'll placate you, but any other time they over talking, you don't want to hear a damn thing you got to say. But sometimes I wish I had somebody that could be by my side that I can talk to. Yeah, I had them days that I could touch, that I can pour into, they could pour into me, that we can have that connection. But understand, family, this is the price of walking down that narrow path. And I said it to an acquaintance of mine today. And it was in my spirit. Why do you think it's a narrow path, family? You're not walking side by side. It's one by one. Because it's to prepare you for when you go back to the reality of the all, which you are. You are the all. And there will be no one standing by you. There will be no angels there to keep you company. You will just be all there is, just you. I am that I am. You will just be. And sometimes I feel like that now. Like I said, it's like, look, family, let me explain it another way. For some of y'all who might be like, he don't know what he's talking about. No, look, you know who the Most High is? The Most High is, this is why I say, I don't look at God. God is not a scientist, because a scientist is discovering the Creator's creation. They're not making nothing. There's a difference between a scientist and an inventor or a creator. A creator created everything. The Creator created me, created you, created everything. And the Creator was the first. Matter of fact, the Creator wasn't the first. The Creator just was. There is no concept or such thing as the first. There never was a first. The Creator just is. And because the Creator just is, the Creator created, but there was a first creation of the Creator. But the Creator's always been, even though that's hard to comprehend, but the Creator's always been, because the Creator's not a person, is not flesh. So it's just something we can't comprehend. But nonetheless, you know what? Imagine, a scientist. Let me put it like this. Imagine a male or female scientist, however you want to put it. And they are just intelligent as all get out. But because of their intelligence, they're alone. No one can understand them. People think that they're weird. People don't want to be around them because they don't understand what they're saying. So this person, he or she, is so lonely. So what do? They create clones and robots. They create people for themselves to talk to. And you know what? At first, that man or woman, that inventor, at first they enjoyed it. It was fun. It gave them something to do. But eventually reality sets in to where they're not real. Their creations aren't real. Because they realize that nothing they say, they run into the same problem they run into with the people in their lives, which is why they're alone. That nobody understands what you're saying. Or they just don't want to understand. They don't want to grow. And then guess what happens again? That loneliness. Because sometimes, family, look, I said, even I'm going to be honest, even when I sit here and talk to these Mormons, it's like talking to children. Because I've already read their books. I already know the truth. You can't save my soul. You can't save me. Matter of fact, Most High probably put me in your life to save you, to wake you up. You can't save me. I'm just sitting here listening to you. Just looking at you. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. You thought that was deep. And it's not me to be condescending. I'm not saying that. But this is how it be, family. The further you get on this narrow path, on this narrow road, the more lonely it gets, the less people you can talk to. The more conversations, just sometimes you don't even want to talk because you're like, man, I don't want to talk about that BS you talk. I don't want to talk about sports. I don't want to talk about social media. I don't want to talk about your issue with this man or this woman. I don't want to hear for the umpteenth time your story from this and that in your life and this happened to you and that. I don't want to hear about you keep going back to the same man or the same woman who keep cheating on you and doing it, but yet you keep doing it. I don't hear none of that. Feed me. Give me something that's going to help me grow. Give me something that's going to make my soul scream and yell, thank you, Most High. You gave me something I didn't know yesterday. Give me something I can eat, something I can hold on to. Other than this same old BS you always talking about. And then interrupting me when I be trying to take it to another level. Family. I just look, I ain't better. Look, by far I am not the most wisest person on the earth. I'm not the most smartest person. I don't know everything, but I know enough. Like I told y'all before, my gift, the Most High has given me a overall view. That's my gift. I have an overall view. I have a bigger picture view. Now, there's some people who know more about certain subjects than me because, like, what happens when you go to college? What do? You major in a specific subject. You become as they say, an expert in a certain subject. Look, I know about stones and the power of stones, but do I know the name of every stone? Do I know every stone there is? Or do I know that about every power that a stone? No. But I know that there are stones and stones have power. And that stones are tools that the Most High have given us to use for certain things. But do I know every little thing about stones? No. But I know the bigger picture of the stones. That they are tools given to us by the Most High. To do certain tasks in life. To do things in earth. I mean, to make things. I mean, what do you think metal is? Family, metal is a stone. What do you think gold is? It's a stone. And we use them to do what? Make buildings. Make vehicles. We use them for money. They're stones. Or for the deeper spiritual people, you can use stones for healing. You can use stones for protection. A force field, Anyway, but like I said, family. No, I don't know everything, but I know enough to where it's at the point where, yeah, I be lonely. Yes, I know my guardian angel is there. Yes, I know, but sometimes, like I said, sometimes you want to touch something physical. You don't always want to just be talking to yourself. You don't always want to just be sitting there trying to visualize what you know is there, but I don't want to have to try. I just want to see it. Sometimes I want to be held. Sometimes I want to be loved on. Sometimes I want people to listen to me talk. And not just like us talking, because in reality, I'm talking to a microphone. I'm talking to a screen. I'm not actually talking to my listeners, but I thank my listeners and I appreciate you. But sometimes I want to sit with a person who's in flesh, who's actually going to listen to me and understand what I'm saying. And actually have compassion and sympathy for my walk. You know, and I don't mean just talk about what happened in my past with my family or this. I mean, what happened to me today? What's in my mind spiritually? What is the Most High talking to me? How what's bothering me in the spiritual realm? I want to be able to have these conversations. And I want to say this. As a man, sometimes look, as my mother, who I believe is the only woman who will ever love me unconditionally, because she's my mother. As they say, only a mother can love this face. My mother is the closest to the unconditional love of God that I will ever get on this earth, that I truly believe. Even if the Most High bless me with a wife, I understand that me having a wife and even her having a husband comes with conditions. In order for me to be her husband, I have to do certain things and carry myself a certain way. But my mother accepts me for who I am, regardless of what I do or don't do. And that's why, I tell people, hey, especially I tell men, especially realizing, truly enjoy your mother. And for my sisters, if you are blessed to have a father in your life, enjoy your father and his love. Because that's a man who truly loves you. The closest you can come to a man loving you unconditionally is your father. Because he don't expect nothing from you. You always going to be his daughter. And the same for your mother. I was not fortunate to have a father in my life. Yes, I know my father. And he alive, but he might as well not even be alive in my life. And I'm not wishing nothing, I'm not saying. I'm just saying in general. Whether he was alive or not now, it wouldn't matter to me because he ain't never been there for me. Never. But that's his choice. He one of them hood dudes. So, and that's the life, and this is where he at now. So he got a whole new family. Anyway, I digress. Sometimes it's just nice to, and like there's levels. Look, family, sometimes, sometimes it's nice to just have a man. But look, I'm talking for both sides. I'm talking to males and females, and I'm being real because I like to be real and honest. I appreciate my mother. I do. But sometimes talking to your mother or your father is not enough. Sometimes you want something closer. You want something deeper. Sometimes talking to your boys ain't enough. There's only so far you can go. Sometimes, that's why, as the word says, people talking a lot more about marriage because marriage has been destruction. And family, I'm gonna repeat this. What people don't understand, you got a common sense about this. When Adam and Eve first got here, if that's how it really went down, but at some point there was the first two, whether it was called Adam and Eve or whatever else. That's just how life worked. Or even if it was just one, eventually there was two. But the point is, wherever everything starts, wherever a civilization starts, right? What it has at the end, it was not at the beginning. Adam and Eve didn't have colleges, life insurance, cars, Netflix, computers, all this BS now. They didn't have judges and magistrates. So you know what marriage was then? What's the word says? When two come together, they become one. Marriage back then, family, was not standing in a ceremony. There probably wasn't even an idea of a ceremony. There was no need for ceremonies. It was just a thing. It was just, we laid together. And this goes back to Isaac. Remember when Abraham sent his servant to go find his son Isaac a wife, and he brought back, was it Rachel or was it Rebecca? I think it was Rebecca. No, it was Sarai, and dang, I forget Isaac's wife. Was it Rachel or was it Rebecca? I think it was Rachel. So look, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, family, tell me in the comments. But at the end of the day, you know who I'm referring to, which one I'm talking about, regardless, because her name is just, I can't remember right now. But It's Abraham's servant brought back Isaac's wife. It was either Rachel or Rebecca, but either or. Remember though, Isaac's mother had died not too long ago. And it says that when I assume it's Rachel, and it says when he first saw Rachel, remember she rode up on a camel. It says he took her off her camel and took her where? Into his mother's tent. His mother who was what? Dead. Because he did what? He slept with her. He didn't have no ceremony. He took her in there and he knocked in boots. Because the real relationship is the real marriage ceremony is the joining of a man and woman together. Remember, family, your skin or what? Your skin is made of pores. When you put lotion on your skin, family, what happens? Your skin absorbs it. Remember, family, every cell in your body is alive. So when you have sex with someone, remember, family, y'all swapping spit, y'all swapping sweat, y'all swapping spiritual energies. Look, when a man ejaculates in a woman, guess what? All the sperm that doesn't make it, it doesn't all just get ejected out. Some of it gets into the bloodstream. It goes into her brain. That man becomes a part of that woman's DNA. And vice versa. That woman becomes a part of that man's DNA. It's deeper than just y'all, how we've made it today. True marriage is deeper than just signing a piece of paper, family. It's truly a physical and spiritual bond that you create with each other. Two people mixing. So that first person that you ever slept with, and this even convicts me, is truly your wife or your husband. Or your first wife and your first husband. But like the word says, only let the Most High, man can't separate what the Most High brought together. Only the Most High can do that. And they say in chimerism, when a woman lays with a man, it takes at least 7 years for her body to eject his DNA. But in reality, all of his DNA is never ejected, especially if you had his child. So what I'm saying is, for those who do get divorced, what's the Bible say? What do Yahushua say? That the only reason for true divorce is sexual immorality. And when that happens, that sexual immorality happens, family, you're supposed to fast. You're not supposed to go out there and jump in bed and get remarried quick like that. Because you still have that other person's soul ties, that other person's DNA in you, they spirit. You got to take time to fast and cleanse yourself. That goes for men and women. Otherwise, when you get in another relationship, you're taking the baggage and spirits and DNA from the other relationship, and now you're ejecting it in the next person you lay with. What's that saying goes? You know, when you sleep with someone, you sleep with everybody else they slept with. And this is 100% true, family. Anyway, I digress. I guess, like I said, family, I just wanted to talk. I just had stuff on my mind. I wanted to get stuff off my chest. And it was on my spirit to speak on this. You know, go watch the movie. After this conversation, you know, go fast, go pray, go read the word, go watch the movie Inception, and go watch Rick and Morty season 6, episode 2. You'll see what I'm talking about. Family, at the end of the day, we are true. When you finally go back to source, to the all, when you go back to truly who you are at the beginning, understand you're alone. You're alone. You are. You're just a mad scientist who built some robots for a company, and it's all fun and games until you're reminded that, dang, these robots ain't even real. I mean, yeah, they give me joy every now and then, but eventually I'm reminded that they just like children compared to me and what I know. I can't have deep conversations with them because they don't understand anything I'm saying. They don't understand what it is to be you. No one truly understands who you are, family, because they cannot walk in your shoes. They're not in your skin. Your skin is your skin. Their skin is their skin. And just like and it's the same for you. You can't truly understand what they're going through because you're not in their skin. So in reality, once again, you are truly alone. You come in this world alone and you leave it alone. And I'm pretty sure y'all have heard the thing where you can be in a relationship and being alone. Just like that thing I was telling y'all, the conversation. You sitting there talking to people, they won't even listen to you, won't give you the time of day to listen to you. All they want to do is talk. That's when you feel alone, and because you feel unheard, you feel unseen. Nothing you say is important. Anyway, family, I don't know. I'm just showing y'all. Look, at the end of the day, I thank my guardian angels. Thank you, guardian angels, whose names I know and don't know. Thank you, 24 elders. Thank you for all the spirits. Thank you, Most High, for this experience. Thank you, Most High Creator, for this experience where I can feel like I'm an actual individual, where I can feel like I'm actually making my own choices. Thank you, Most High, for this experience. I'm grateful for it. Although at times it's lonely, it's hurtful, nonetheless, I still look at the bigger picture because I understand that I'm not ready to go back to source yet. I'm not ready to go sit in the darkness because there's things I want to do. There's so many things that I would love to see the Most High do there's things I want to see manifested in my life. There's things I want to see and experience. And I hope I get to experience them in this life. But if not, I know I'll get another chance. And before I go, that's another thing why I say there is no hell to me, family, because hell is pointless when nothing is real. Ain't not one of you or me stopping this show. Ain't nobody, as they say, when you pass away, what do they say? The world goes on. The universe goes on. The spiritual realm goes on. Most High don't need nobody to go to hell, especially if most people don't even know the truth. They don't know what's going to happen. So some people just got to go through this test over and over again because it's free will. You only move up when you're ready. Remember what I said, family? Heaven is a choice because it's peace. You have free will and you will choose freely to be at peace with others until you get bored and you're ready to move on and come back here or go to a different universe, experience something different. But best believe when you're in the kingdom, it's peace. It is there by choice. Ain't nobody forcing you to be in the kingdom. We in hell now. So if you want to be in hell, stay in hell. Not no burning fire and people and demons worse. No. Family, if you end up in a place like that, understand, look, and it may even be called hell, but understand it's not for eternity. You've done something, maybe because of your thoughts or something happened to where you end up in this place. But most people ain't going to no place like that because that's really just another realm of demented people. I truly doubt that the Most High has hired angels to just sit here and rip people's arms off for eternity in a hot, fiery pit where everybody's sweating and everybody, no. It's pointless. That don't even make no sense. Why? Now look, I believe there are angels that go out and bring destruction in the physical realm. Yeah, that's their job. But they don't do it all day long, 24/7. They do it when the Most High tells them to do it. For a reason, for a purpose. But it's not just sitting in the dark pit somewhere with fire, like I said, sweating, angry, just sitting there like some demented movie, cutting people's fingers off and laughing in their face while they suffer. No, that is not, family. Hear me. For those who have eyes to see, ears to hear me what I'm saying. If we are all truly in the matrix, and if we are all truly just the Most High experiencing itself at the same time through multiple different bodies, why would the Most High torture itself? Why would the Most High send itself to hell? Remember, family, the most valuable substance in the universe is memory. Even the so-called bad people we see is a Netflix episode to the Most High Creator, back at source. So every memory is valuable because it's something different to watch when you go back to yourself. And you realize that you never moved because there's nowhere to move to because you're just a consciousness. Listen to me. Does anybody hear what I'm saying? Or I know this. Look, I become the crazy guy to a lot of y'all, but I'm telling y'all, this is the truth. Hell is not what these religious peons have told y'all. We in hell. Hell is suffering. Hell is trial. Because guess what? Suffering builds character, and it's true. You learn from suffering. And why do you learn from suffering? Because you try to do everything you can to not go through what you went through again. So you have to learn, you have to adapt. But it's a part of life. It's a part of this matrix system. Family. Like I said, man, it don't make no sense. Think about it. If the Most High is infinite and the wisdom of the Most High is infinite, If the universe is infinite, there's enough space to send bad people to somewhere else and people who are ready to be righteous to another place. The Most High don't need to destroy them. Most High has all the room. The Most High has a huge house. There's enough rooms for everybody. Don't nobody need to go burn. What it is it's like, look, it's like people in prison. It's like people who love to fight and attack people and do criminal things. Where do they go? They go to hell, to hell on earth, which is prison. And they go what? When they're in prison, where they around? They like other people like them. So if you want to continue to be a nuisance and not learn, no, you ain't got to go to no lake of fire, pit of fire. No, I'm going to just send you to a realm full of other people like you, and y'all can just sit there and duke it out. Like, for instance, think about the Vikings in Valhalla. What did they say Vikings like to do? They said Vikings love to war, love to fight. If that's what you love to do, okay, then after you leave here, you get to go to a realm where it's war 24/7 constantly. You're constantly getting cut up. You're constantly getting stabbed. You're constantly getting shot at. You're constantly being blown up. And then guess what? You rematerialize and you do it again because that's what you wanted. Anyway, family, like I said, until you get tired of that and something happens and you leave. Now, look, that's just me saying that. Maybe it's not like that. But you might just keep waking up in different worlds during wartime. Because you want to fight, then you're going to keep being sent to different worlds or realms or planes where you get to fight. Just as simple as that. Until you get tired of fighting and want to be at peace like a Buddhist monk. Anyway, family, I'm a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being who is loved by the Most High Creator. Shalom, family. Thank you for listening.